Sports Blitz Live is on the air with full coverage of the Auburn Tigers,
Touchdown, Auburn!
the Alabama Crimson Tide,
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama. Touchdown run.
and everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Well, hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into this, the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson, and if we can get off our phones for a few minutes, we'll do a show tonight. Thank you so much for all of you out there.
One of us can't.
Yeah, well, thank you for all of you out there being with us. As always, we'd love to hear from you. And love for you to be a part of the program. 256-234-6221 is our number here. As always, a lot to talk about. The coaching carousel is beginning to swing, and quite a few names, quite a few job openings, some pretty good ones, actually. So who will be next to be on the chopping block? I don't know.
Rhymes with Mew Crease?
Could, possibly. We'll see. But Billy Napier is fired after a win, no less.
Well, how about that? That's the ultimate insult to Mississippi State, right?
Well, technically, I mean, you really could say that Mississippi State lost that game. Florida didn't win it.
100%.
So, I mean,
well, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I know the Locked On Gators guy, and he was 100% convinced Billy Napier was getting the axe, win, lose, draw on Sunday. He was convinced.
Bye week. Yeah.
It's right before bye week. It's a good time to do it. Get everybody to just circle the wagons best you can. Get out ahead of this coaching search because there are going to be a lot of teams. I mean, Arkansas may or may not be looking, depending on Petrino, but Penn State's looking. They're going to be Kentucky may be looking. I mean, there are going to be a lot of teams out there looking. And then if somebody were to poach somebody like Eli Drinkwitz, then that team, Missouri's got to be looking for somebody, and on and on into the night. So it's a domino effect. Nobody's trying to get out in front of it. That's why I'm a little shocked Hugh Freeze is still with us.
Yeah, depending on who you talk to, and I've just the last literally, an hour before the show, I got several texts about insiders, this is how the insiders, the power brokers at Auburn feel about all this. And if you believe those kind of things, and they all come from credible sources, of course, most of them are behind Hugh Freeze. And, right now, at least that seems to be the case. Now, you could make an argument, and I'm sure that some will, and it may be true, and two things could be true at the same time. Has Auburn had some really unfortunate things happen this season? Yes. You could say the Oklahoma game. You might even say the Georgia game if you were, so inclined. You say, well, if things had, not gone quite so badly officiating-wise, Auburn could have won those games. I could make an argument the other way as well, that the offenses were so bad they were not going to win those games, and the way that they lost them, kind of you have to take that into account as well.
If you're making the argument that Hugh Freeze should stay because we got jobbed by the refs, you really need to take a look at yourself in the mirror and understand that everybody gets jobbed occasionally. And not only that, it wasn't like Auburn got jobbed on the last play of the game.
No.
They got job. If you want to say the officials did this, officials did that, most of these controversial plays that you're talking about, in fact, just about all of them were in the first half.
Yep.
And you have a coach who goes into halftime pouting and whining, and right there on national TV. I mean, yesterday, I know this isn't exactly verbatim, but somebody asked him, hey, everybody else is getting a vote of confidence. Will you like one? He's like, it sure would be nice. What are you talking about? What you say in that situation is something like, hey, I know I got the support of my athletic director, and so I don't need it to be announced publicly. I'm worried about my team. He had this nervous laugh about, hey, yeah, it would be nice. I mean, this thing's done. It's over. You were in the final stages of a bad marriage that it's already over, but you just hadn't signed the papers. And if it must be done eventually, it must be done immediately.
Trial separation is next.
Again, look, as an Alabama fan, keep him all day, every day, because I think you'll mess around and get somebody that could be good. I think somebody like a John Summerall could be a really good hire. Now, there's also a gamble there. He hadn't done it on the largest level. But I think John Summerall, he's got Alabama roots. He's won at Troy. He's won at Tulane. Again, I don't know about his recruiting. I don't know about a lot of that. But some of that kind of fixes itself. It feels like he would be a better coach. He's young. He's 43. Why aren't more people talking about Clark Lee? Maybe because he's a Vandy alum? I don't know.
Again, I want to see it without Diego Pavia first.
It's a good point. Eli Drinkwitz. Now, you could make, if you're Missouri, and Auburn fans may not want to hear this, but if you're Missouri and Eli Drinkwitz leaves you for Auburn, you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror, because Missouri is this giant university. I was just there. The facilities aren't great, okay? And the passion isn't great. But if they want to be a winner, you can't be losing.
Are you saying Missouri to Auburn is a lateral move?
Yeah, right now, yes.
No.
Right now, 100%.
No.
Look,
not
Andy.
Even, even close.
Andy,
no.
Listen to me.
Yeah, there is no right now.
Right now,
no,
I think it is.
It is
Andy,
not.
Auburn's won 66 games total since 2016. Now, Missouri's.
I don't care if Auburn's won 46 games.
I'm not saying Missouri's better. I'm saying if you're Missouri,
you just said that.
You said lateral.
Lateral. Okay, you're saying.
I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying they're on the same plane right now with Eli Drinkwitz.
No.
Yes, and if you lose Eli Drinkwitz, what you're telling me is we don't want to be competitive. That's what I think you're saying.
Okay. If you want to pony up at Missouri and pay $15 million, that's fine. But moving from Missouri to Auburn University is not a lateral move in any way, form, shape, or fashion.
Again,
in any century.
No, Andy. Historically, no. You're right. Historically, right now, it's 100%.
It doesn't change just because you've had a bad run.
Well, does it? Well, tell me about Nebraska then.
What about Nebraska?
I'm just saying,
Missouri to Nebraska.
If you're going would you go from Missouri to Nebraska? If the money's
is there not a difference between a 20-year decline and a 4-year, 3-year decline?
I just told you they've won 66 games since 2016.
And we've also been to the SEC title game
once.
I am aware of that.
Okay. Actually, since 2013, if you want to go with that, but Auburn and Missouri have been to the SEC title game the same number of times.
And how many times Missouri win it?
They didn't. You won it once. They won it none.
All right.
Okay. So I'm saying, if you want to say it's this close, but don't act like it's this big a gap.
You're just talking about wins. That's a piece of it.
But
fan support.
Andy,
alumni. All these different things that go into it.
There are a lot of things, and that's my point. If Missouri wants to stay where they are, if they never want to really compete, they'll let a coach like this that has taken them to 10 wins. They beat Ohio State. I know it was a bowl game. I know it wasn't that big a deal, but that was a big thing for them, right? They're on the precipice of doing well. They just came into. They've got a 2 or 3 game winning streak against Auburn. They almost beat Alabama. They've got an opportunity this weekend. They got game day coming to Vandy. If they win that game, shoot, Missouri's on the straight and narrow path to the playoffs. So what I'm saying is Missouri has an opportunity. It feels like this is a race. Missouri's going pretty fast. Auburn has been declining. Now, if Missouri wants to step it up a pimple, they won't let Eli Drinkwitz make that move. They will figure out a way to.
Number one, Eli Drinkwitz is not going to Auburn.
You don't think so?
No.
Why?
Because I don't think Auburn's looking for him. I don't think they're going to offer him
I
a
agree
job.
with that to a degree. But I mean, it depends on how far down the list you got to go.
I'm just, regardless of what Eli Drinkwitz, not even remotely in my conversation. The move from Missouri to Auburn is not a lateral move.
But Andy, it is.
It is
and
not.
I know it's hard to accept.
It is not.
It is very hard to accept. I get it.
I do. It's not about
Totally understand
acceptance.
it. Totally understand it.
Thank you. Okay.
But we got a caller. Let's get it. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, is it okay that I see your Braves jersey in the background? Is it okay to comment on the Braves?
Go right ahead.
If you, yes, it's totally fine. Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's the question. Is that there's a baseball coach at University of Tennessee, Tony Vitello, and he would be an excellent Braves coach, but now San Francisco Giants are trying to grab him, but it's not a done deal. So the Braves need to get Tony. And my second comment is on the Auburn football head coach position.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And it's James Franklin, or Charles Kelly would be excellent fit for Auburn.
Okay, we'll discuss that. Thank you for your phone call.
Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Robert.
All right. First of all, on the Tony Vitello thing, you know how much I keep up with baseball, and that's none. But I do have a lot of college baseball stuff on my Twitter feed, and I thought his going to San Francisco was pretty much a done deal.
That's what I had said, that they were narrowing in on a deal, but
Maybe it's not. And
I've heard David Ross is the guy in Atlanta. Now that may just be rumor, but that's I've heard many people say that, or many different people say that he seems to be the fit and seems to be the one they'll go. I mean, look, you can say what you will, but I don't see Vitello going to the Braves.
And on the other thing, I don't see Auburn hiring Charles Kelly.
No, I don't
just
think
see
that's
that
going to happen.
And James Franklin.
I've talked myself into. I mean, I would take certainly James Franklin over a lot of other guys. The guy's kicked our teeth in twice, so he beat us when he was at Vandy. So I don't really. There's something about the guy I don't like overall, but I think he'd win a lot of games, and I think he's a winner.
I do think he would win. I think he would rarely lose the ones he's supposed to lose. I mean, supposed to win. I still think he must have there is some kind of barrier with him winning games where it's like people are on equal footing or a little better, it seems like. And the thing in the Big Ten, he rarely went up against those teams. You know, he'd go up against Ohio State or Michigan occasionally, and he would have a problem, but those games always cost him.
Maybe if they came around more often, he would get more used to it, and it would actually be better for him to be at a place in the SEC. I don't know. I mean, that's the optimistic look at it anyway.
I mean, look, there's no way you could say it'd be a bad hire.
No.
But see, that's the other part of my point is everybody's already talking about Hugh Freeze as if he's been fired. Like, I don't think anybody's suggesting, well, when Hugh Freeze comes back next year, nobody is suggesting that. And again, my whole point, I know we got to go to break, is that this is Missouri's chance to say they want to play in the Big Sandlot. If they don't keep Eli Drinkwitz and let's say, because he's been linked more to Florida than Auburn, so let's just tend like he ends up going to Florida. Florida's number one is Lane Kiffin. There is no doubt. There's no hiding that. Nobody has said that it's anything else. And I think he'd be a great fit there, frankly. But if Drinkwitz were to get that gig or, be on the cusp of getting it, and Missouri doesn't do something to keep him, even if you don't think Drinkwitz is the next Nick Saban or whatever, you've got to make a statement. This guy is taking you to a new place, and he's getting some good talent. That Ahmad Hardy is a dude. I know Alabama and Auburn both did a great job holding him down, way under his average. But I think we could both attest that he's a really good player. Bo Pribula, a pretty good player. He's not the best quarterback we've ever seen, a pretty good player. They've had Luther Burden. They've had other Theo Wees. They've had some of these guys that are in the pros now. And that Zion, is it Smith? What's his name? He might be Zion Kelly. What is his name? The one that was talking so much trash during the coin flip of overtime. Regardless.
Joshua Manning?
No, that was Zion. His name escapes me.
Kevin Coleman, Marquise Johnson?
No, Kevin Coleman's a wide receiver. Zion is like a defensive end, and he ended up making a sack in overtime and sort of backing it up. And, Missouri's got an opportunity to where they can be elevated. But if you lose a coach and have to start over again, it's almost like it's going to go, sink back down. So this is their opportunity to get in the big pool. I don't know if they'll do it. I don't know what their situation is. Missouri's a big university and a big state, and they've got their fan base isn't bad. It certainly isn't as energized as Auburn's or Florida's, but it's not a bad fan base. It's a pretty good big fan base, so they got a lot to choose from. But there's so much to talk about in terms of what if Lane Kiffin were to go to Florida? And I've been saying I don't think he would. I think Lane Kiffin's kind of happy. But Shane Matthews, former Florida great, had some things to say, and I'll tell you why this may be a no-brainer. He does go to Florida.
All right. I agree with all those things. Eli Draco's done a great job at Missouri. Missouri to Auburn, never going to be a lateral move, ever. And not because I say it.
Right now
because it's the truth. All right, we got a road break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep us in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
Craving pizza done right? Come to Lake Martin Pizza, where flavor meets the lake, with 2 locations, 63 South in Alexander City and Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Grab a 14 or 18-inch specialty pizza or build your own masterpiece. Go half and half your way. In a hurry, stop in for our lunch specials. Hot, fresh pizza by the slice, served daily. We've got more than just pizza. Try our fresh salads, cheesy breadsticks, garlic knots, and sweet cinnamon twists. Lake days, game nights, or family dinners, Lake Martin Pizza hits the spot every time.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Here at Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we value what truly makes a home. And that's why we're proud to offer America's #1 brand of siding and exterior products. James Hardie creates possibilities with an array of colors and textures. We offer the full line of James Hardie products, Hardie plank to artisan siding and everything in between, giving you, our customer, options to have the best. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Just getting started on tonight's program. Thank you so much for being with us. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. Got any thoughts on any of the things that we've discussed or any of the things going on in the world of college athletics or beyond? We are brought to you each and every Tuesday by Sunshine Heating and Air. For all your heating and cooling needs, give Kevin Keel and his crew a call today, 256-825-4849. All right, Luke, where do we want to go from here?
Well, I could talk about that.
You were going to talk about the Shane Matthews
So just
tweet.
Again, I know there are some Auburn people that still want Lane Kiffin. I think he certainly would have been better hire than these last two guys, but it feels like that ship has sailed. And Lane to Florida, I mean, doesn't that just scream like young Steve Spurrier kind of stuff? I'm not saying Lane Kiffin's going to be as successful, but he jokes around.
Did I see Ole Miss was going to offer him $13 million?
Yeah, I've seen some rumors of that, and also the Locked On Ole Miss guy says, he feels like he's going to stay. But that may just be wish casting. But some reasons to leave Florida to Ole Miss for Florida. Attendance at football games, 90,000 with 16 straight sellouts for Florida, 64,000 with recent attendance problems with the top 5 ranking at Ole Miss. Revenue is $200 million for Florida versus $142 for Ole Miss. State population, 24 million to 3 million. Now, my argument to that would be, well, I'll just come over to Florida and get some of your players. I mean, you can't get them all. Certainly media markets, Florida's got 3 of the top 20. Mississippi's best is 158 with Jackson. Florida has an $85 million football facility versus a $45 million football facility. He mentioned weather and airport and logistics and just yada, yada, yada. I guess my comeback to that would be, yes, I mean, it's sort of like what I'm saying, Auburn, Missouri, although I think
you could basically change the name, most of those of Auburn and Ole Miss.
Yeah, and that Ole Miss is in a good spot because of Lane Kiffin. And so, I mean, he's been winning 10 games a year. They've been the better program than Florida. Nobody will want to hear it. Nobody will want to say it. And nobody is saying that it's going to be that way forever. Also, nobody is saying it's historically that way. Clearly, Florida is better than Ole Miss historically. But where Ole Miss is right now with this coach is better than Florida. You can, if Ole Miss loses him to Florida, all bets are off. It's a lot like Auburn as a basketball program is a much better basketball program than, say, again, just put Missouri in there right now. But before that, it wasn't even in the area code of Missouri. It wasn't in the area code of anybody. So these things do fluctuate. And that's why I'm saying Missouri right now as a football program is better than Auburn right now. It can change this weekend. It can change whenever. But right now, based on the last 5 to 10 years, Missouri is clearly better. But if Eli Drinkwitz were to leave, and again, for Missouri for anywhere, and Missouri go get some no-name,
It's not 5 to 10 years. Let's say 4 years.
No.
I will give you that.
Okay. I mean, I call it whatever you want to. They're the better program right now.
They have won more games, I'll say that.
By a long shot. And they've been more nationally relevant. I mean, it's just on and on into the night. And it can change. This isn't me saying it's going to be that way forever.
But Eli Drinkwitz, for 3 years, has won some football games. He had 2 losing seasons to start off. We're not talking about like he was just rolling out of the gate.
No, but I would also say he wasn't exactly handed a bed full of roses either.
What has that got to do with anything?
What it tells me is he built the program up. Hugh Freeze has been there 3 years, and he's 3-4 again.
Eli Drinkwitz is a better coach than Hugh Freeze.
100%.
Okay, banner.
And
wow, I'm not arguing that.
But he's also put Missouri.
You're saying Missouri's been like a top 10 team for 10 years.
Missouri,
that's not even close to being true.
I didn't say they've been a top 10 team. I said they're a better program than Auburn right now. It doesn't. The bar isn't high, Andy.
I am aware.
The bar
Trust
is not
me.
high.
I've been to most of those games.
I understand, but I'm saying,
All right, we got to go to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lake Martin now has a global connection for the best in pre-owned vehicles. The all-new Global Auto Exchange is now open on Cherokee Road in Alex City next to Cazador's Restaurant and is excited to serve Lake Martin with the finest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV selection at the market's most competitive prices and most versatile finance options. Global Auto handpicks all their inventory, and with 4 lots in the region, they have a selection that won't be beat. Whether pre-owned luxury to affordable work truck, Global Auto has the vehicle for you. We reward good credit and can work with challenge credit to get you the ride you want. Visit the all-new Global Auto on Cherokee Road, Alex City for the best selection, pricing, and inventory.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindawa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best-kept secret, an affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you for being with us. We are talking about, the coaching carousel. Florida is in the market for a new coach. A lot of talk about Lane Kiffin, Eli Drinkwitz possibly. Those two names we just discussed. Who do you think Florida should go after? You know, could we have a redux of Urban Meyer? Would they go? Would they be willing to go that route? Get the band back together? I don't know. What's the thinking there with Scott Strickland at Florida? There are a lot of openings. Penn State, where do they go?
Let me make a few more points here. Missouri, to me, has got sort of it's not the same situation as Florida, but it's in that area code. You know, Bear Bryant always used to say Florida was a sleeping giant. If somebody can ever get in there and poke that bear, well, Steve Spurrier got in there, poked that bear, and they've been really good ever since. Now, they've had some down moments, obviously.
It either really works or it don't work at all.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, that's true. But when it works, as I think it was Florida's athletic director said, hey, we're the only, I think they said, and I can't verify this, so please, I think he said it. We're the only team in the last 25 years that's won national championships in both football and basketball, and we've done it 3 times each. That's really impressive, okay? They're having a bad year now. They had a bad year last year, whatever. But what I'm saying is Florida made a commitment. They said, we're going to go out and get Steve Spurrier. We're going to go out and we're going to keep him no matter what. You know, he got overtures from the NFL. And back in the day, when they first paid him $1 million, everybody thought they were nuts. They thought that was overpaying. I mean, we laugh at that now. You get paid $1 million now, you're an assistant to the assistant. But at the time, it was a big deal. And I think Missouri is going to have that opportunity too. And these are the things where you can decide, do I want to play with the big boys or do I want to stay where I've always been? And as I was telling Andy, you look at Nebraska. I mean, think about back to 95 or 94 or something. If somebody told you, and you know Nebraska's like one of the laughing stocks of college football, you'd think that person was out of their minds. And now they can't get back over the hump, no matter all their history. Army used to be a big thing. Minnesota used to be a big thing. If you don't keep your culture right, then you will drop. And meanwhile, conversely, look at Clemson over the last 12 years. They get the right guy. They pay him enough money. They make sure he stays there. They give him the resources. Yeah, they're down this year, 100%. They're disappointing this year. But last year they had a disappointing year and still made the deadgum playoffs. So what I'm saying is, don't act like it's the craziest thing ever that Missouri, if they stay on this trajectory, can be better than what Auburn is if they stay on their trajectory. It's not crazy. It's very viable. And right now, as somebody else pointed out, somebody just chimed in, Brian Munger said, if Auburn moves on from you, that would be a $65 million buyout of head coaches and not including assistants and the new coaching staff.
In the last 5 years.
Yeah, I knew it had to be something like that. And he says, at what point did the booster say enough? I don't know. Because, see, that's the rub, because the mega agents out there can say, okay, you don't want to pay it, somebody's going to pay it. And they will, and then your program, which is this huge revenue generator, is going to start stinking. And we've seen it happen at other places. Look at UCLA right now. I mean, I know they've been like everybody's darling here the last couple of weeks. That's a terrible program. It's a terrible program, and they're going to come back to earth here very shortly, probably this weekend against Indiana. But if you don't stay on top of your game, you will fall down, and you will fall down hard. And so what I'm saying is, that's why it's so shocking to me Hugh Freeze is still out there at Auburn. And it's so shocking that it's like, well, what is everybody waiting on? I mean, you tell me, you're the Auburn guy. I don't know. I'm being as objective as I can be. Tell me one reason that you would keep him.
You don't want DJ Durkin as the head coach, maybe.
Because you feel like it'd force your hand?
Maybe that you feel like he could go on a run if he won out, and you'd almost have to give him the job. Maybe I just say, I mean, that may be one possibility. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying that's what I feel like. I'm just saying, okay, I'm trying to come up with some reasons. Number two, you don't. I mean, you don't fire coaches in the middle of the year. You feel like if you're John Cohen, you let Hugh Freeze go to the end of the year. To be perfectly honest, everybody says, well, you get the jump on things. Do you really? I mean, you know, these things end up kind of working themselves out at the end of the year because you're all going after the same coaches. You're going to negotiate with them. They're going. You offer them whatever. You may outbid somebody. You may not. I think that's basically what it's going to come down to. But I don't know.
Fired Arson in the middle of the year.
I know.
Fired Terry Bowden in the middle of the year.
Well, not John Cohen.
But I'm just saying, it's not like it's
no,
crazy.
We did not fire Terry Bowden in the middle of the year.
He quit?
He resigned in the middle of the year.
He was going to be fired. I mean, it was like
he was going to be fired at the end of the year.
You can't be fired. I quit. But again, I'm just trying to understand the logic because it seems like, and while nobody's decommitted here recently or whatever, and I think it's noble to say, like, hey, there was still a good atmosphere there Saturday night. It was still nice. It was still good. All that's great. All that's true. But why do you keep hitting your head against the wall? I mean, this is the same logic I had when people were like, Mike Shula needs a little more time. You don't know what he came in. I was like, yeah, I know, and I see. But he's gotten me to where when we were starting to lose games, 16, 13, 17, 16, whatever, I realized, we're in the game. And he just can't coach us over it.
Yeah.
And that's what I see with you. I'm like, Auburn's in the game. They just, at halftime, it becomes a no contest.
Well, not really. I mean, they had the lead against Oklahoma in the fourth quarter. They had the lead against Missouri in the fourth quarter. They're right there in the fourth, even as bad as some of the adjustments at halftime. They have been in these games in the fourth quarter. And that's what's so and maybe that's the answer to the question. They look at it and keep saying, I mean, while we look at it as fans and we say, this is just inevitable, it's a no-brainer, maybe they're behind the staff, the administration and the boosters are like, you could say this, but we really are one-score games. We're one score away. I mean, the defense is playing well enough that they're only giving up. They're only asking for 21 points. Auburn's defense is literally in SEC play, not the jokes, in SEC play saying, if you can just give us 21 points, we'll win the football game. So how hard is that? 21 points? So
seems like it's difficult.
You would for Auburn it is. So I mean that's the point. So they look at it. So if you find a way to finally get over the hump, maybe you start winning, and I don't know if Hugh Freeze wins out. We all have put him already in the casket, but maybe he's Auburn's coach next year.
But again, and maybe he is. We got a caller, but I know we got to go to break.
Yeah.
So why don't we go to break? Caller, hang on with us.
I don't think. You don't have to look at the phone when you say that.
I do.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
With football here, Martin's at Lake Martin is ready with the lake's best place for sports, fun, and entertainment. With your favorite teams on over 20 big screens. And Martin's is now open 7 days a week. Monday, trivia night. Tuesday, open cornhole tournaments. Wednesday, free pool. Thursday, our huge bingo night with food trucks. And every Friday and Saturday, live entertainment with food trucks. Sunday, enjoy NFL ticket with hot dogs and chili. This football season, make the best game plan. Go to Martin's on 34 in Dadeville, where every hour is happy hour.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Got some phone calls waiting. Let's go to the Mortgage Pro Eric McKinley hotline.
Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Luke, I wanted to tell you that you was right
About
Florida, and I'm calling to say you was right.
Well, tell me exactly what I was right about, because I'm wrong about so much that when I'm right, I want somebody to say it out loud.
Oh, you do? You was right about Florida, playing, what, was Texas A&M?
Yes.
And I don't know, man. I would have punted the ball. I wouldn't have tried no crap right there.
Oh, we're talking about Mississippi State, man.
Are you talking about the Mississippi State game, or are you talking about the Texas A&M game?
Texas A&M game.
Okay.
We talked to last time.
I got you. Okay.
And
so 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. 2
Okay.
weeks ago, he was absent.
I got you.
And I would have punted the ball. I wouldn't have tried that crap right there where they was on the field, not with Texas A&M. And that was a boneheaded play. If they'd have scored, they'd have scored. But hey, they had to go a long way to get it.
Yeah, I got you.
What about the Alabama and South Carolina game? What's your take on it?
Well, I think it's a trap game. Look, Alabama just played 4 ranked teams in a row, and they aren't joke ranked teams. They're all good. And they beat them all. It's the first time in SEC history anybody's ever done that. But it'll wear you out. And that Tennessee game was incredibly emotional. I was there. The place was crazy electric, ton of fun. But you got a good team will do what they need to do against South Carolina this weekend. South Carolina's banged up on the offensive line. They've already fired their offensive line coach. Mike Shula is their offensive coordinator, which is just highly comical to me.
Who could have seen how bad that offense was going to be?
Anybody. And Lenora Sellers, while he is still, I think, a fabulous player, he's having a rough year. And I think he's going to be a good pro potentially, but he's having a rough year. And it just seems like South Carolina can't get off the mat. Dylan Stewart's a little banged up. He's their best defender. Alabama should go in there and handle this. But it's the SEC. You played a bunch of games in a row against good teams. It's not going to be as easy as people think.
Well, I agree with you on that. Teddy compadre next to you right there that put a smile on his face. I want to get him a coach.
I appreciate it. You got one in your pocket?
No. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate your phone call, buddy. All right, let's get this other one. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, it's JJ.
JJ, what's up, my friend?
I want to tell you in the first 15 minutes, I think I laughed harder than I have in a long time.
Well, we're here to please.
One, I think, Luke, you got Andy going there for a minute. And I hate to disagree with Luke, but I'm going to. Missouri to Auburn is not a lateral move in football. Because if you get Auburn right, then you are competing at the upper levels of the SEC every year, in my opinion. If you get Auburn right.
It's a big if, JJ.
Missouri, at best, is competing at the second tier of the SEC, even if you get it right. Does that make sense?
It does to a degree, but again,
it makes perfect sense.
JJ, let me add this: that nobody's arguing historically that Auburn is not better than Missouri. Of course they are. Of course they are. On just about every metric. I can't even name. But Missouri, now that in the era of NIL, in the era of everybody having a boatload of money, right? Missouri is a huge state. They've got a huge market in St. Louis. They have a hub for people to fly into, so to go to get recruits. They've got a coach who's recruiting pretty doggone well. They have an opportunity to ascend to that upper echelon. Now, will they be Ohio State or Alabama or somebody like that? No. But they will be.
Hold on though. You're the recruiting neck among us, right?
Yes.
So if you're at Auburn or if you're at Missouri, which one? If you're doing the job right now, it all comes with that caveat. If you're doing the job right, who is more likely to run off a string of 4 or 5 top 10 or maybe even top 5 classes? I would argue Auburn's far more likely to do that.
I think Auburn is more likely to do it, but you keep putting in there, if it's done right. How long has it been since Auburn's done it right?
Middle of the 2000s when Tuberville was in his heyday.
Okay.
2 straight top 10 classes.
Again, well, how have they panned out on the field?
They look fantastic defensively.
Mm-hmm. They're 3-4 though, right?
Look, Tuberville in the mid-2000s was great. I thought Tuberville did a fantastic job right up until the end. But that being said, that's not really kind of. Andy, have you read Luke my text?
I have not.
Okay. Luke, and I'll let you go because the coaching carousels fascinate me, right? And I keep hearing, well, they're going to go after an established coach. Florida should go after Lane. He's a natural fit there, right?
100%.
So I have no doubt that they should offer him $13 million, whatever they need to do, get Lane to Florida because he fits there. All right. That being said, I asked ChatGPT today to list for me the top 10 college football coaches currently. Out of the top 10 that ChatGPT gave me, and it wasn't my own list, just theirs. I just took theirs. There were 5, half of them. Kirby Smart, Ryan Day, Kyle Whittingham. I forget who the other 2 were, Randy, but 5 of them were coordinators, highly regarded, who got their first head coaching job.
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning was one, yeah. We used to look at that, right? Who is the best offensive or defensive coordinator out there? And we go get them. Interestingly enough, 4 out of the 5 were defensive coordinators. Marcus Freeman being one, Lanning, Smart, and Whittingham. But the interesting thing to me is nobody's talking that way. We all want an established head coach. Well, Georgia didn't do that. They went out and got a young Kirby Smart, and they struck gold. Oregon went out and got a young Dan Lanning and struck gold. Kyle Whittingham was a young coach 20 years ago when he took over at Utah, and they struck gold. So you go on down the list, and nobody's really talking about these guys. But look, there is a defensive coordinator at Georgia right now, Glenn Schumann, who has been a part of multiple national championship staffs over the last 15 years, who is coordinating one of the best defenses in America, and he calls the defenses. Kirby does it like Saban did it. The coordinator calls it. He's involved, the coordinator calls it. Glenn Schumann needs to be getting a look from some of these programs if you're looking for a guy with a championship pedigree who is an expert on one side of the ball that knows what it takes to build a winning staff and a winning culture. And I'm telling you, and I still think Summerall would be the best fit at Auburn. I think Summerall's a great fit at Auburn. Somebody needs to take a hard look at Glenn Schumann. And it won't be long, and I think you'll agree with me, Luke, before somebody takes a hard look at Ryan Grubb. So I would just say, don't limit yourself to, I've got to have an established head coach. Because unless they're winning championships, they're not a guarantee.
And how many coaches are around that have actually won a championship? I mean, with Jim Harbaugh's,
that's exactly
not
what
many.
I'm saying. There's just not many of them. So why not? I mean, Georgia got rid of Mark Riggs, who had done a good job at Georgia, because they thought Kirby could take them to the next level.
Well, you know what? The real story there, JJ, Kirby was going to South Carolina 100%, And Georgia said, we can't let him go to South Carolina. We got to get the jump on him. And that sort of was the impetus for that.
Exactly. And I think, honestly, I think at South Carolina, I think you're going to see that coach head to Virginia Tech because he's going to want to reset the clock. And don't be surprised if Glenn Schumann is not at South Carolina next year.
Yeah, that brings up so many other good points. But we got to go to break. We'll talk about it then.
All right, guys.
Thank you, JJ. All right, we'll go to break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week. Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
What makes Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadilla so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, is looking for the next hometown hero. Hometown heroes could be first responders, public service workers, community leaders, pastors, community volunteers, or anyone who is making a difference in your hometown. Submit your nominations now online at myhscu.com. And if your nominee is selected, they will get a $100 Visa cash card and a certificate of appreciation from Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability and eligibility may vary.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. 256-234-6221. Thank you so much for the calls. Keep them coming. It makes the show more interesting.
It is. Now, let's this coaches, and we just got off on this thing, and it really is a lot of fun to talk about. South Carolina is another good example here. Okay, if you remember, they had a bad run. I mean, I remember some of these coaches. They had Sparky Woods when they first came to the SEC.
I'd forgotten about Sparky.
Holy cow. And I remember their first SEC game was against Alabama with Steve Taneyhill in Tuscaloosa. And
Taneyhill.
And we just beat the mess out of them. And they were like, we may have made a mistake.
They had Lou Holtz. They went
to Brad Scott next.
They went to Brad Scott. And they went 1-10 his last year. And then Holtz, they hired Holtz, and he went 0-11.
Yeah, and you know what? I remember Holtz, he had his famous line.
But he turned them around.
Yeah, then that's where I'm going. He said, somebody said, Coach, why can't we get our names on the back of our jerseys? He said, you're lucky to have numbers. Y'all are so bad. But
Brad Scott, now to JJ's point.
Yeah.
Well, or to Brad Scott was considered brilliant OC at Florida State. And let's see, was he on the 93 OC?
Well, he was
that
on the
won
94 to 98. Well, no, I take that back. He was on the 93 national championship because he was South Carolina coach, 94 to 98. Now, they hired Lou Holtz, and everybody thought he was crazy, but I thought it was the right hire because Lou Holtz can build a program, and that's what he did. And then after Holtz,
he did a great job there.
Right after Holtz, they hired Steve Spurrier, who was a legend. Who he fell into their lap because he was tired of the Washington Redskins at the time, Commanders now. But then this is where South Carolina had 3 11-win years in a row. Now, they never went to the SEC championship game.
But you add in, they went to the SEC title game outside of those 11.
Outside of those 11, I guess before.
They were 9, and they were 9-4 that year.
And then Spurrier had them 3 straight 11-win years. But then Spurrier leaves sort of abruptly, and Sean Elliott takes over for the rest of the year. And then they hire Will Muschamp again, another hot assistant name. But this is where I think that's where Missouri kind of is right now. Missouri and South Carolina sort of on the same plane in a way. Missouri's a better program historically, but South Carolina's got a lot of resources. They are in a talent-rich area. They can go to Georgia. They can go to Florida, all those things. But, see, I think they went for Will Muschamp. They sort of went for the hot assistant, where I feel like they had established something. They needed to go with something a little more certain to create a better foundation. What I was saying earlier, and I still believe this wholeheartedly, at this very moment, Missouri and Auburn sort of right there together. Now, there's no doubt in my mind Auburn's floor is much higher as a program. Missouri's is much lower. But if Missouri wants to get over the hump and be considered like, hey, we're one of the top 10, top 15 programs in the country, they will keep Eli Drinkwitz whatever it takes. And where South Carolina, you look, and this is how fast it can fall. South Carolina goes from Steve Spurrier to Will Muschamp, which just didn't work. We all know it didn't work. And if they had hired somebody more established, and forgive me for not remembering some of the names that could have been available at the time, but if they had done a little more due diligence and understood where they were as a program, I think South Carolina could have built themselves up to be a lot better too. And obviously then they go from Will Muschamp. I forgot Mike Bobo took over for the last little bit of the COVID year for them because they fired Muschamp in the COVID year. No. And then it's been Shane Beamer from 2021 to present. Again, who hasn't been bad. But if you're South Carolina, I look at this like, okay, if somebody wants to come poach him like Virginia Tech, I sort of let them do it. You know, and now I think I'm back in JJ's corner for them now where they are as a program. I take a gamble. Roll the dice on a Glenn Schumann. Roll the dice on somebody, on a Ryan Grubb. And he brought up Ryan Grubb. And look, if you're out there and you say, Ryan Grubb's been at Alabama about 10 minutes. And, yeah, that first game stunk, but it wasn't the offense's fault. And he's turned Ty Simpson, who – everybody thought, hey, you can't even beat out Jalen Milroe, to the #1 favorite to win the Heisman. Yeah, I'd be looking at him as a head coach. I mean, I think South Carolina's back in the we need a hot assistant mode. You know, and then hopefully whoever that is builds them up. Then they go a more established guy whenever that guy leaves, or they keep him as long as they can. And I think this thing has cycles, and that's where I'm going with.
If Beamer wants to go to Virginia Tech, if I'm South Carolina,
that's on him.
I say, can we pack your bags?
Exactly. Now, let me tell you something else that I heard, again, from a Florida source today. I said, man, if I were Florida, I would probably target John Sumrall. I feel like they need a little more discipline. They need. I don't know if he can recruit, but at Florida, if you can't recruit, that's on you. I mean, recruits just fall into the campus. And he said, you know, I've been told they will not go after another G5 coach after this last one didn't work out. And I'm going, that's like saying you'll never date another blonde because your ex-girlfriend was blonde and she's crazy. That doesn't make sense to me.
You know, there's always, it basically comes down to, there's 2 schools of thought when you hire a coach. Do you want an established guy that has done this, or do you want the up-and-comer? You're always going to take a chance either way, because just because somebody's won somewhere doesn't mean they're going to win at your place, i.e. Brian Kelly, you know, you can go down the line. There's lots of examples. But you're taking a chance with an up-and-comer. Sometimes you get a Billy Napier, who is fabulous at Louisiana, who stinks now, by the way, since he's left, but It just doesn't work out. But every now and then, you get a Kurt Cignetti.
Yeah.
I mean,
let me tell you, and again, I know we keep going past the break, but I think there is no hard and fast rule. There is no hard and fast rule in coaches. Sometimes things just don't work out. There's no hard and fast rule in anything. But see, like now, in hindsight, we can say, I can see why Cignetti works. Because this is a guy who gambled on himself, and everywhere he went, things were getting better. And then he goes to Indiana, a place that's never won. He's got a chip on his shoulder already. He brings a bunch of dudes from James Madison who have chips on their shoulder. And all of a sudden, and they got an easy-peasy schedule, and all of a sudden they're winning. And it makes sense. And that's, again, I feel like Auburn should go after somebody a little more established. I have no doubt saying this too. I think Auburn could hire somebody more established more readily than Missouri could. There's no doubt in my mind. But I'm saying if you're Eli Drinkwitz and you're already at Missouri and you're there, you're on the precipice of it, do you want to take that gamble? If the money's the same, do you want to take that gamble and go to Auburn and know that you're going into a situation where, like, we've got to win now. We hadn't won in 5 freaking years. We got to win now, and if you don't do it, you're in trouble next.
I don't think Eli Drinkwitz is connected.
Hypothetical.
But I get you. All right, we got to take a break, but never fear. We'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, to hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for one more hour in tonight's show, 256-234-6221. If you got any comments about any of the things we've talked about, the coaching carousel, perhaps a job at Auburn. Does Hugh Freeze need to be fired? Should it be in the middle of the season? Should they wait till the end of the season? Who should Auburn's next coach be? Do you have any opinions about any of these things? We'd love to hear from you. I've got some Well, first of all, let me say that we're brought to you by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Each and every Tuesday evening. Great place to get some great food and wonderful people there. Great atmosphere. JR's Sports Bar and Grill, downtown Alexander City. Go and check them out one day this week for lunch or dinner. You'll be glad that you did. All right, Luke, we got a couple of some comments here I'll read off. Toolman says, why would Eli Drinkwitz leave Missouri for Auburn? I think Missouri could and would match the money. That's what Luke is saying. It's time for them to pony up because that's probably what it would take. We're talking now. I mean, what was it? The top coaches in college football are going to be making $15 million a year. That is coming. That is coming in the next.
It's coming, and I don't know how to stop it, and I don't know that you should stop it. I mean, unless you do something like what baseball and football, have this collective bargaining, and if you do that, then you open up a whole other can of worms. It's getting to a point, and you look at somebody like a Hugh Freeze, or you look at somebody like a Billy Napier or a Jimbo Fisher. I mean, these guys are fired for lack of performance, and they.
Who would I have ever thought $15 million? Boy, we're getting off cheap. I mean, that literally thinking that. Yeah. How insane is that?
It's insane.
But I look at other. I mean, how much did Franklin make?
Franklin got a
58,
50 something million. So, and Hugh Freeze again. You get off sort of cheap with. Now you got to buy out all his assistants too. But again, Auburn gets off relatively cheap. But what that probably means is, whoever it is that's coming in, whoever his agent is, be like, you got to pay me a ton, and I got to have a buyout that ain't screwing around. Gus Malzahn. Remember, we all laughed. How Gus Malzahn got $22 million? That's a drop in the bucket now?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, it's hard for the regular fan to digest it. And I'm not here to tell people what they can and cannot make. I'm big on capitalism. I'm big on, hey, if somebody's willing to pay it, that's good enough for them. However, this just doesn't feel right. And, you could make the case that it doesn't feel right to want to fire Hugh Freeze right now, like he does need more time. Give him a chance to get 3 full recruiting classes in there or 4 full recruiting classes in there. He's trying to patchwork something together with Jackson Arnold. It hadn't worked out. You could make that argument, but nobody's patient anymore. Nobody's going to be patient. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, you've got to win them all. And so the more the pressure mounts, the more the job is worth, the more the agent's going to get for it. And the next thing you know, you're paying somebody who's not worth a dang and getting you 7-8 wins a year, you're paying him $15 million a year. And it makes no sense.
Well, on that point, Brian says the most successful coach in Auburn basketball history, Bruce Pearl, had 2 losing seasons and a mediocre season. His third year, we gave him time. Now, granted, it's different. It's basketball. It's baseball. It's basketball, football, and Bruce Pearl and Hugh Freeze ain't exactly the same person. So, but it's a valid point. There have been guys that have. Hey, you give them 2 or 3 years. You got to give them 3 years, and then maybe they can turn things around, and maybe he will. But the patience is just running out.
Bruce sold hope, and he could deliver. Bruce also had a winning track record. Bruce also was very integrated in the community. He was buddied up to all the boosters.
Hugh plays a lot of golf.
And not only that, Auburn's basketball program was arguably the worst basketball program in the SEC historically. And so
I still say Georgia gave us a run for our money.
Fine, but Georgia had been to a Final Four.
Okay.
Now, fair, but it's in the bottom.
Ole Miss
and Georgia and Auburn were all in the bottom. Okay, fair.
Thank you.
But they're all in the bottom. And so people he's got to, bring them back up. Now, personally, I would make the argument, Stephen Pearl may prove me wrong, but I would say Auburn may have made a mistake. I would have gotten somebody a little more established myself. That's what I would have liked from my program, but, we'll see if it works out. It's to be determined. But you look back at Hugh Freeze and you look back, what exactly were the qualifications? And you say, okay, at Ole Miss, he sort of revived that program. He did, and he did it rather nefariously.
He didn't almost. That program was
not
bedrock.
And
Houston Nutt had, driven that thing into the bedrock.
He had, but he did it in not the most legal of ways, it seems like. I mean, forget legal, maybe nefarious is a better way to say it. And he had some reputation with him. He also, came off as this, holier than thou, and he had all these opportunities to go win the SEC West. And he beat Nick Saban twice. He certainly did, 100%. But he didn't go to the SEC championship game at all. Now, Ole Miss hadn't been before, and they hadn't been since. But I'm just saying.
They improved every year. I will say that.
Well, until the last year. The whole
it all fell
House
apart.
House of Cards fell down on him. Then he goes.
The House of Hards.
House of Hards. And then he eventually goes to Liberty. And he does pretty well up there. He has a couple of upsets. I think he beat Arkansas.
He did beat Arkansas.
I mean, and again, how much credit do we?
I think a lot of people. I think that was the Chad Morris Arkansas.
Exactly. How much credit are we giving him for that?
He won a lot of games. He also took Malik Willis, who was a cast-off from Auburn, and put him in the NFL. So you can say, okay. I mean, it is. That's a fact.
But the real thing that made him so intriguing that everybody brought up when you talk about Hugh Freeze was beating Nick Saban twice. And essentially that was his major number one qualification. And Auburn aimed low. They got him cheap. But you're getting what you're getting. And, again, you want to say recruiting and all that. All the recruiting in the world, I love recruiting. And I know it means a lot. But if you can't develop it, it doesn't matter. And so – just, again, if you look out there and see a lot of development, I'm going to argue with you again. And we're going to have arguments all night.
Isn't that what this show's about? All right, we'll go ahead and let me read a couple more of these, and then we'll take a break. At what point do the fans quit showing up? At least not at this point. It'll happen eventually. It's more difficult at Auburn, it seems, than other places. I was at 2012. People showed up. We left early.
No,
but
Andy,
I'm not saying it was a sellout.
2012 Texas A&M. That thing was half full
at halftime.
No.
Not
at the beginning
of the game. It was not half full.
Okay.
I was there.
I got a picture of it.
I was there.
I took a picture because I knew somebody would always say, well, we show up no matter what. And I wanted to say, no, you don't.
No, it may have been after the first quarter because people left then too. But it was not at the beginning of that game. I can guarantee you. Let
me tell you what it wasn't. Full ever for that.
No, it was not. I mean, I'm saying it wasn't a sellout, but I'm saying it took beating after beating of 2012 for people to stop showing up. So it does take a minute. I think James Franklin will be at Florida soon. Lane will stay at Ole Miss or take the Penn State job. Now that would
Lane ain't going to Penn State.
That would be interesting. Are any details on the Carver-Saraland dilemma? You can let us in on that. I don't know. Skip Holtz would be a coach worth giving a shot. I'm actually surprised he has not gotten a shot in the NFL as well as he did at that Birmingham
Where is he right now?
I do not know. He's still in the USFL or whatever it is. I think John Summerall will be at Kentucky next year. Dan Mullen to Auburn? Please, Lord, no. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City. Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Only about 45 more minutes left in tonight's show. Thank you so much for being with us. Hey, I'm sick of talking about coaches. Let's talk about some actual football that I watched this weekend. Ole Miss went to Georgia.
Go back to coaches in a minute.
Ole Miss went to Georgia, and this was a really good game. Went back and forth. Ole Miss just went up, and I think they scored a touchdown on their first 7 possessions. And then Georgia finally got a stop and was able to catch up and then take the lead because Ole Miss's defense was even worse than Georgia's in this game.
Who is their defensive coordinator?
Former Alabama. Yeah. If we could only somehow get Mike Shula and Pete Golden together back in Tuscaloosa, I think everybody would be happy.
Well, we after last night watching Jahmyr Gibbs run all over the Buccaneers, that was hot on Twitter. Like, can y'all believe Alabama had Jahmyr Gibbs and Bill O'Brien didn't use him enough? I mean, that's honest to God. Like, how do you not use that kid enough?
Yeah, he is pretty fantastic.
So, anywho, Ole Miss is look. I knew Ole Miss was going to give Georgia a fight because you could tell they spent all their time game planning for Georgia while playing Washington State. And because Washington State gave them a fight they didn't expect, and they were just getting ready for Georgia, and they were prepared. What the issue is, and again, this is where, it's a good metaphor for what we're talking about. Lane can get them 3 really good quarters and play with anybody. But it's the 4th quarter where the magic's made, and he's got to learn to get over that hump. It's tough. I mean, last year, you think about them playing at LSU. Everything in the world's in front of them, and they just couldn't get over that hump. LSU beats them in overtime. They couldn't get over it, whatever it was. And it feels sort of like Hugh Freeze. He can't get over that hump. Every time he's right in the middle of something, right in there in the game, something happens. And you can't put your finger on it exactly. You can say, well, it was a missed ref call, or the quarterback didn't see this guy, or he overthrew that guy, or a turnover, or whatever. But it's always something. Mm-hmm. And the guys who get it done, like a Kirby Smart, they're the ones who find a way to make it happen. Now, they're not going to go undefeated every year, but they find a way generally to make it happen.
Well, I get your point, and I think almost, in general, that is true. But Hugh Freeze can't make guys catch the ball. I mean, Auburn
maybe you should play different guys.
Maybe you should.
But
maybe you don't have different guys.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I mean, one of them was Cam Coleman.
Okay, but maybe you have to sit Cam Coleman for a minute.
For dropping one pass?
Well, he dropped a few passes.
He did drop 2 passes.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not. I think Cam Coleman's awesome. I'm just saying that's what he's paid that much money for.
I am aware, but I mean, human beings they're not perfect. I get that. It just happens. It seems to be they happen at the most. We're in this twilight zone where everything happens at the most inopportune time.
100%.
A poor kicker. That is he may be the most talented kicker Auburn's ever had. And the poor guy has got this debilitating disease all of a sudden out of nowhere. And then, those 2 field goals were pretty important. They were very makeable.
He missed 3, right? He missed the one in overtime.
Well, I don't even count the 50-yarder. That's cruel to even put him out there.
That was cruel to put him out there. And again, I'm with you, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when you lose 4 games in a row like that, it's not coincidence.
But I'm saying Auburn on the drive to win the game, tied 17, fourth quarter, and it's 3rd and 9, and Jackson Arnold, he made 2 fabulous plays on 3rd down. And we're on the Missouri side of the field, 44-yard line. Throws a perfect pass at the sticks to our tight end. He just drops it. I mean, it's not even a difficult catch. And I'm saying, but I mean, and you look at that, I can't. How do you blame that on Hugh Freeze?
But it keeps happening.
I know. It's like you got to figure out. Auburn's in those places that many teams have found themselves over the years. We're in that place Tennessee was for about 5 or 6 years. We have forgotten how to win. We don't know, and we will. I mean, we keep finding ways to lose it. Hugh Freeze said it. People look at it, and he's mainly responsible for it. But at some point, somebody has got to make a play to win a game, whether it's defensively or offensively.
I look at it like this.
Well, this is what I've been waiting for.
Thank you. On bated breath. That I look at Hugh Freeze when he goes into halftime. The Georgia game was a great example. He goes into halftime. And what was it? He wasn't like, you know what, we got hosed, but we got to come out and give everything we got. And we had them on the ropes. We should have finished them off. We're going to finish them off in the second half. What did he do? Well, shoulders shrugged. I can't believe that. I just can't believe it. I think he's actually said recently, we got to catch a break sometime.
I think he said we're due a break.
We're due a break. What coach says that? What coach is counting on a break? You count on preparation. If you're counting on luck, you're already lost. I mean, I'm just saying that this is not rocket science. And you can say, yes, you can't teach them to catch. But yes, you can. That's what spring is for. That's what
I
fall
did not
practice
say
is
you
for.
can't teach them to
You
catch.
can't make them catch.
Yeah.
But you can make them understand, hey, don't drop it in practice. If you drop it in practice, you'll drop it in the game. I mean, that's what a coach does. That's his only job.
I'm not at practice. I'll have to ask Brett. But I'm assuming
Brett wants him fired.
Yeah, well, everybody wants him fired. I want him fired. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to, at any point, say, look at it rationally and try to take off any kind of emotional glasses and say, okay, look at the bare bones of this. And I agree with what you're saying. And that was a bad moment. And that's probably a fireable offense, to go into a locker room and not really be prepared coming out in the second half.
What is rational? You're saying you're looking at it rationally, and I appreciate that. What is rational about the last 4 games? And so
one-score games, having a ball with an opportunity to win the game in the fourth quarter. I mean, you got that's something.
It is something.
That's a fact.
But how many of these one-score games has Auburn lost? And and you can say, well, Brian Harsin left us with nothing. I'm talking about teams that aren't that good. So Auburn's lost some one-score games to teams that aren't good.
California being one of them. That wasn't even a one-score game, I don't think.
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
I think it was a 10-point game, wasn't it?
I saw the other day, I think it's Arkansas, Georgia, and Vandy have all beaten Hugh Freeze by 10, and the worst loss Hugh Freeze has taken at Auburn outside of LSU, 48-14, I think. No, I take that back. These are at home. At home, that's what it is, at home. And the worst loss at home Auburn's had?
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State.
I am again. I was there.
It's not that it's not when it keeps happening, you can't just keep saying it's coincidental.
I agree. But again, I mean, if this was
in Spinal Tap, when their drummer kept dying mysteriously, it wasn't a coincidence. Eventually, you have to say, maybe this guy.
Back to the point of Auburn basketball. We looked terrible. Bruce Pearl looked like a bad coach because we did dumb things. We played bad for 2 years, losing records, and the third one wasn't great. It was mediocre, but
Auburn basketball was in such worse shape.
I'm just saying, in football, it's happened in football. People go places and they really suffer and stink. Now, I'm not saying this is. I'm just trying to. Again, say, what is it possible? Is it even possible that this could be turned around and that, Auburn could actually, quote unquote, get over the hump with Hugh Freeze? I think it's possible because, forgive me, Lord, we are close, but it's not likely, and I think a change needs to be made. But I don't know.
But here's the worst case scenario. Your worst case scenario is a Mike Dubose. You lose to La Tech. Everybody wants to fire you. The next thing you know, you're beating Steve Spurrier twice in the same year and win the SEC championship. And everybody's like, oh, he's going to be just fine. But he's still the same person.
I'm aware.
And he's still running the same cultureless program. Hugh Freeze isn't going to magically come out and be like, you know what? It's not close. Ain't good enough. Quit saying we're close. I think Auburn fans would appreciate it if you said close. We're close. We're close. Ain't good enough. And I'm not going to say we're close anymore. We need to get over the hump. I'm tired of being close.
I think everybody feels that way for sure. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
This spring and summer, make your land, farming, lawn, and landscaping needs have zero risk and 100% success with Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. With 0% financing on all our Mahindra tractors, many with up to 84-month terms. Our inventory of Mahindra tractors and farm implements is beefed up, and more are coming in daily. We also have extended 0% terms on Spartan mowers to handle your mowing needs with the best and zero-turn mowers priced to move. At Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer. L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
Alex City and west side of the lake. It's time to celebrate because the all-new Lake Martin Pizza is open with the area's best pizza, and it's just down Highway 63 South in our town. Lake Martin Pizza of Highway 63 has a huge outdoor seating area with enclosed heated comfort, a full bar with cold beer, wine, and full spirit selection with family ownership and fun for the whole family. Dine in or pick up. It's just a short drive to our town and is hands down the area's best pizza. Like us on Facebook to see upcoming live entertainment and watch sports on our 360 wraparound TVs. Rejoice! Lake Martin Pizza on Highway 63 is ready for you.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We are located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. 256-234-6221. All right, what's the deal with Saraland and Carver canceling the football game?
Honestly, I don't know. I just know it's been canceled and that Carver did the canceling. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Some statement was put out said it was a mutual, and now some says it's not mutual.
Well, you always like to say if you're the one that's doing the breaking up, I guess you want to say it's mutual.
Right.
I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know the whole story behind it, but I hate it because it's a great contest. And, I love having good high school games. You and I will be on the scoreboard show this Friday night. Not arguing at all.
Not a bit. All right. Vanderbilt over LSU. Surprised they were able to get it done?
No, it's the same kind of thing. I think if you're an LSU fan, you've seen enough of Brian. Your sample size is there. It is what it is. He's got all the resources. He's got everything. He's got everything he could possibly want. And it's not clicking. And you ask yourself, okay, but if this had happened and that had happened and this had happened, and eventually you get to so many but what ifs that you're like, okay, all those what ifs equal one big giant constant. And the constant is Brian Kelly's just not getting it done. LSU has had the talent to go to the playoffs, and they just haven't done it. And they've got the resources, they got everything they need, and they just haven't done it. And again, last year, take for example, everybody's sort of, wow, LSU's right here. They are right on the cusp. And what does Alabama do? Go in there with Jalen Milroe and just kick the bleep out of them. And it's. I think if I'm an LSU fan, I've seen enough. Now, this is going to be a really big game for them this weekend against Texas A&M. I need to look up the spread on that. I hadn't even looked at it yet. But do you have it?
I do.
Is A&M favored slightly?
It is at LSU. I mean, it's at LSU.
Yes.
They are a 2.5-point favorite.
LSU?
A&M.
A&M. That makes sense to me. The Whit Weeks was out this last weekend. That certainly hurt LSU. But I don't think it would have mattered. LSU couldn't stop them when they needed to. It's the same thing we're talking about with this. When they need something, you got to have leadership, and they're not getting it. Vandy is getting it. Vandy is clearly nobody's going to argue that Vandy is more talented than LSU. But what do they have? They have a guy with a vision and a purpose, and he said, this is what we're going to do, and nobody's going to stop us, especially not these guys who don't have a vision and a purpose. And it's working. I mean, shoot. Again, Alabama is immensely more talented than Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt had Alabama against the ropes there for a second. Now Alabama ended up winning and covering the spread, but it was a late touchdown that did it. Vandy is getting game day for the second time this year. Now, I mean, the first time they were just a part of the game in Tuscaloosa, and this time they're getting it at their place. That's pretty incredible what's happening there, and they can beat Missouri. I'm not saying they're gonna. I think that's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a tight game because I think both these teams are really good. I mean that, with my whole chest. I think both these teams are good, and I think this is a loser leave town match in terms of the playoffs because I don't think either one of them is going to have the resume to overcome another loss.
Now, that brings up an interesting. For all your bluster about bad losses, if Alabama loses one more, there is going to be an albatross around their neck at the end of the year named Florida State.
100%. But you can counteract that with a bunch of good wins.
You can. I'm just saying that loss is turning.
Well, Jimmy and I talked about that day on Locked on Bama, like, how?
I don't know what in the world.
The only explanation is that Alabama walked in thinking, and Ryan Williams walked in famously with the painted nails and the support doll or whatever and the smoking jacket, and it just looked a little off. And Alabama came in there, they scored on the first drive, hot knife through butter, and they were probably thinking, we got this in the bag. And then it was kind of one play. Jay Crane was on the show with us today, and he said, it was kind of like it was one play. You go back and you think about Florida State. Alabama had them 3 and out, but they got, it was, I think, a personal foul or defensive holding, I can't remember, that kept that drive alive, and then Florida State goes down and scores. And from that point over, it's like they got all the momentum, and Alabama couldn't get it back. How they have turned this around, I have no idea. I asked Jake Crane about it. Jake Crane picked Alabama to win the national championship, and we talked about it. We had him on the show before the Florida State game, and we had him on again today, and we were like, I said, I wasn't having you on again until I thought, okay, maybe this guy has some sense. But he said, I don't know what has happened. He said, but you got to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff. Got to give a lot of credit to Ty Simpson.
I give credit to media all across the United States for ripping Alabama. Constantly for an entire week.
They should have.
Embarrassing them.
They deserved it.
Embarrassing whoever 18 is. That poor guy, if he didn't come out and play, with guts on the line every single play from now, because people just, it was just constant. And I thought at the time, this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to him. But yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what he is now? The SEC leader in interceptions.
There you go. I bet he ain't loafing anymore.
Well, it's about, and again, let me say one more thing. I know we got to go to break. That's what you have when you have a good leader, though. Yeah, you can say, well, a good leader wouldn't have let him get beat like that. True. I understand. But he learned from it. They did some things differently. Everybody got their act together. Now they've been on one path, one purpose together. And that's what a good leader does. And Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb and Ty Simpson all deserve a lot of credit for that, because I have no problem telling y'all Florida State kicked the blank out of us and made us like it. But since then, Alabama's arguably been the best team in the country, and they definitely got the best resume.
I don't think Jackson Arnold's a good leader. We got to go to break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama, is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville, 256-825-4827.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret. An affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Alex City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SEC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
My goodness. All right, welcome back. We'll argue about this Friday night.
He hadn't even seen the show when he's arguing with me about it.
That's because that literally makes no sense.
Y'all know don't be suspicious in Parks and Rec, right?
Okay. I think you're missing the joke. I think that's part of it. It was meant to be a joke that they're saying the wrong
but they didn't
because they're
act
so
suspicious,
stupid.
too. They didn't want to act suspicious. It's like, don't be suspicious. Leave it out of here.
Okay. Okay. I'm okay.
I mean, it works.
I'll wait.
You can be suspicious of somebody.
That's true.
And you can be acting suspicious.
You can be acting suspiciously.
It's an adverb describing how suspicious you are.
True. That is true. All right. Welcome back to a thrilling episode of Sports Blitz Live. How about Bobby Petrino? He's 0-2 as interim, but they've only lost by a combined 6 points in 2 games.
That is crazy.
They are. I mean, the offense is crying. Has he been holding?
Close?
Has he been holding back?
Are they close?
They are close, actually, to beating Tennessee and Texas A&M. Well, if they'd only had more time.
What do you think about this weekend with them in Auburn?
I think Auburn will hold them vastly under their season average in yards and points. I think Auburn will be tied or have a lead in the fourth quarter, and I think Auburn will lose in the last 5 minutes.
All right. Here's where, and again, I had an Auburn insider tell me this.
I just told you. Another
real one.
Another.
That if he loses this game, he's gone Sunday. Now, I don't necessarily believe that. I think some of that is wish casting, but I'll say this. If your offense can't get right against Arkansas, your offense can't get right. Period. End of discussion. There's no compromise, no nothing. If you can't put up 40 points on this crowd, you should be gone.
Well, Randy and I were talking about that today. We said 28. Could we score 28 points?
If you can't, listen, I'm going to tell the truth. If he can't score 28 points, that is grounds for don't get on the plane firing. I believe that. This Arkansas defense doesn't care.
Terrible. They are terrible.
They're not worried about it at all because they also sort of know, okay, our offense is going to score a lot. They scored a lot on A&M. A&M's got a pretty good D.
That's true.
They scored a lot on Ole Miss. Ole Miss's D isn't great, but
I would say they're bad.
They're bad, okay. But they still scored a lot on them.
They did. Tennessee's defense is not bad. They scored 31.
Tennessee's, now some of it was late, but they still did it, and it was at Tennessee. So,
does that still count if it's late?
Meaning late in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I'm saying is, I guess it was pretty close because the final was 34-31.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. But, I mean, and also they scored their last touchdown late against A&M. Because the spread was 6, I think 7.
That was the thing. They scored with A&M. They just could never catch up.
They couldn't
to bridge the gap.
To get,
exactly.
They need to get the ball first.
Yeah.
Or they're going to be playing from behind.
That's probably.
If
look,
Auburn can't get right in this game, they just
Jackson Arnold has led right down the field 3 times against Georgia. He led the ball right down the field against Missouri. So, first and second drives, if Auburn could build a 14-point lead in this game early, maybe it's possible.
There are 2 schools of thought here. I think Auburn's either about to blow Arkansas out of the water.
Never happen.
Or Arkansas is going to just beat
They could run roughshod. They could.
My reasoning is, if you're on that defense, you got to be like, man, come on, give us something.
Yes.
Now, the defense hadn't been perfect either. They could have stopped Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
They could have done some other things, right? They could have stopped A&M from getting a few more first downs or something. They could have stopped Gunnar Stockton, who's a good quarterback but not great. Could have done a lot of things. But you do have to go, hey, we've done our share. We've done our share. You got to give me something.
We ain't asking a whole lot.
Yeah.
Again, 21 points. That's all we're asking.
That should be their thing. And that would be a good leadership.
If Auburn scores 21 points, think about this now. If Auburn could just score 3 touchdowns, they would be 6-1 and 3-1 in the SEC right now, and probably number 10 in the country.
I think that is a good hypothetical, at the same time I would say, I bet a lot of these teams would have changed the way they played. A&M, I thought, was very conservative against Auburn, except for the dumbest play in the history of college football when they tried to run on 3rd and 1 a little wide receiver screen that that gave Auburn the only chance it had. And if they had just run the ball, Auburn doesn't score a touchdown at all.
True. But, dumb people are going to do dumb things.
Ding, ding, ding.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment.
We're going to be back with one.
One final segment?
One.
My goodness, can it be that much? Okay, right. One final segment of Sports Blitz Live right after this.
If you're the same old, and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open, located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Russell Medical Total Fitness is ready. Are you? Do you have arthritis? They can help. Pilates are for everyone. Ask them about the Silver Sneakers program. Get moving in a class now, or if you prefer, personal training on land and water are available. They have invested in new equipment for you. Invest in yourself with a dedicated and knowledgeable staff. Call today, 256-329-7623.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Main Street Family Urgent Care.
Main Street Family Care offers a wide array of services that allows them to treat many conditions, and they also offer primary care. In addition to these services, they also offer DOT physical exams, lab testing, sports physicals, and vaccines. They accept most major insurance plans, including Medicaid. Main Street Family Care opens 7 days a week.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes. Happy birthday to us all. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. All right, we got
a caller.
All right, let's do it.
Somebody about your tires.
Yeah, maybe.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, Luke. Hey, Andy. How y'all doing tonight?
Terry, what's up, brother?
I heard y'all talking a lot about Hugh Freeze's future, and I don't see any reason for future at all. The only thing I think is that Cohen has some kind of dispersity with DJ Dirk and don't want him to be the head coach because he fears he would do well and he'd have to give him the job. But I keep hearing the name John Summerall. Now, I don't have a problem with John Summerall. I think he'd be a good hire. But the worst comparison I've heard is, well, he reminds us of Coach Dye. Well, that's got to go by the wayside. Coach Dye hasn't coached a game in 33 years. So, and Luke, you could speak on this. How long did Alabama fans go say, well, we got to get one of Bear's boys. They know how to do it right.
No, that's immediately what I thought of. I mean,
and they went with Nick Saban, and he gave him the greatest decade in football history.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I think you're right. Pat Dye probably is fine to romanticize and reminisce. But those days are pretty much long gone. I mean, I don't know any coaches that kind of coach that way anymore.
Do you think Coach Bryant and Coach Dye and Coach Major could coach in today's game? Absolutely not.
Be very difficult.
Be very, very difficult. And today's coaches couldn't coach in the game of yesterday either. So that's the bottom line on that. So I just wanted to say that.
All right, buddy. Appreciate the phone call, Terry.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but
you don't agree with which part?
I don't. I think good coaches could coach in any area, any era.
And you're right. And I think
they would adapt.
Also, what was it? It was John Lennon who said, I'm an artist. If you give me a, chicken leg, I'll make something out of it. It wasn't a chicken leg, but it was something. I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a banjo. I don't remember what it was. But he's like, I'll figure something out. And good coaches will figure something out. I do think it would be like, man, can you think about just dealing with the headache of all this now? I mean, having to recruit, re-recruit, and re-recruit your roster at all times. That'd be mad.
Those guys would not deal with that for sure.
Like, can you imagine going to Pat Dye and saying, Coach, on Facebook, player X's aunt went on a rant. And Pat Dye would be like, you did who to the what now?
What did you get that at the library? What? Who called what? I don't know. All right, let's get this over with real quick. Tennessee is at Kentucky. The Volunteers are 9.5-point favorite.
It's not
even close.
I mean, I think Tennessee's going to come out pretty
Kentucky buoyed by their almost win.
Well, and also, this is more about Texas not being as good as we thought, more so than Kentucky being better than we thought.
Yeah. Texas, all of a sudden, reeling. Is a 6.5-point favorite at Mississippi State. Watch out now.
You dang right, watch out. I'm calling it now. The Bulldogs get them one.
I don't. How are they not favored?
I'm going to tell you
at
something.
This point.
I don't know that Arch Manning has been hit the way he's going to be hit Saturday. They're going to come after him. It's going to be, his head's going to be ringing. The cowbell's going to be ringing. Everything's going to be ringing. I'm calling for the upset, Andy.
I like it. Texas A&M undefeated. 2.5-point favorite at LSU. This 6:30 at night. I'm told night games in Death Valley.
They are to most everybody. But I'm going to say this. I feel like A&M gets this done. I just don't. I mean, LSU's got offensive woes.
I'm telling you, Texas A&M's solid.
Now
they got both sides of the ball. They're solid.
And Jake Crane did point out some days, like, Texas A&M, it's not like they put together these long drives. What happens is that Marcel Reed will go 13 of 27, but for 300 yards. Because he'll find Mario Craver, and he'll make the magic happen.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a receiver, man. It's hard to believe he's from Clay Chalkville, and everybody just let him go bye-bye now.
Let's see. Ole Mississippi is 4.5-point favorite on the road at number 13 Oklahoma. Can they get it done? Can they bounce back?
I don't even know who I'm cheering for from an Alabama perspective, but I think I'm going to cheer for Ole Miss. I don't know. I still don't know how healthy John Mateer is. I mean, Oklahoma beat the heck out of South Carolina, but South Carolina may have melded in, and Oklahoma didn't do a ton offensively.
No.
That was mostly their defense just standing tall. So I'll go with Ole Miss. And I want Ole Miss to do it because I want them to have a shot to go to Atlanta. Even if Alabama doesn't go, can you imagine the sky-high ticket prices if it's A&M against Ole Miss for the SEC championship?
That'd be something different
Vandy
for sure.
Ole Miss for the SEC
Yeah,
championship.
boy, can you? I mean, how about that? Could it possibly be?
No. Vandy's still got to go to Tennessee. They still got to play a bunch of – they got Missouri. They got a bunch of stuff.
They got some things. Yeah, I noticed you didn't say Auburn there. Missouri is at Vanderbilt. Doors 2.5.
Oh, jeez, man. I want to go Missouri because I feel like Missouri's got the better players. But how do I bet against Clark Lee right now?
Man, they know how to win.
Yeah.
At home, for sure. All right,
that place is crazy. That place is nuts.
That place is nuts. Alabama's 11.5-point favorite at South Carolina. Did they cover?
I'm going to take a flyer and say no because, I just don't see how you aren't.
You're talking yourself into a close
mentally
game.
Exhausted from this 4-game stretch. This 4-game stretch has been hell, man. I mean, it's been hell on me just going to all these things. I've been to the last 3, and, I mean, it's been hot. You've been in Missouri, and you had to get up from Missouri at 11 o'clock in the morning. I mean, let me tell you how – by the way, Missouri was dead as a hammer. That place is not they need a fun injection. I mean, like, I was shocked at the atmosphere on Friday night before the game. During the game was kind of fine. I mean, it was okay. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, so I could give them a pass. It was the Friday night before that bothered me because it's downtown Columbia.
Yeah.
It's not like being in Tuscaloosa or Auburn or Athens, Georgia. I mean, it's like it was like just being in a downtown. I mean, it didn't feel like a college.
Well, that's what great football traditional programs are.
And it's a wonder that they've passed some traditional programs.
Auburn at Arkansas. Arkansas is a 2.5-point favorite.
I'm going to go out on a limb again and say if Auburn can't win this one, and if Auburn doesn't win it, and they don't fire Hugh Freeze, woe be unto you. Whatever that means.
I think you probably are. If there's a nail, you hit it. I'll make it a prediction later in the week, but don't have a lot of confidence. I'll preview it with that. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. He is Luke Robinson. I'm Andy Graham. We'll talk again soon. So long for now.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Summertime is a special time. Time on the water, time away from work, and more time with family and friends. Make sure your heart is ready for the season with an appointment at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5377.